Hall of Fame jockey Jerry Nicodemus heads up the training team here at Double Eagle Training Center in Roswell, New Mexico. Double Eagle's state-of-the-art training facility features a half-mile oval and a 350-yard straightaway. Everything you're looking for at one location. Knowledge, skill, talent, plus $1 million facility. Our graduates have scored more than $1.5 million in winnings so far. Call Jerry today, 915-227-7550.
Join Heritage Place as they host their annual Quarter Horse Yearling Sale. Mark your calendar and plan to attend this 3-day auction. The industry's largest sale event will offer over 1,000 head of Quarter Horse yearlings from some of the breed's top sires. Don't miss your opportunity and be in Oklahoma City as the sale will begin at 10 a.m. Thursday, September 16th. We hope to see you here in Oklahoma City. Heritage Place, where champions are sold.
The only way to get your picture on this wall behind me is to win the All-American Futurity. Well, here's a look at a couple of the runners for 2010 who have a legitimate shot to join this famous gallery. First up, JLS Mr. Big Time, the fastest qualifier. He hails from Louisiana, but all other comparisons to Casey Shadow stop there. The Swallow family has been in the quarter horse breeding and racing business for 50 years, and now Mr. Big Time is chasing the big prize. The family has won the Rainbow Derby twice, but for John Swallow and his sons Johnny and Daryl, there's nothing like a legitimate chance in the sport's signature event.
Oh, it feels great for me, but more for my parents. My mom had to put up with my daddy, loving horses, and we went through some difficult times, and we had some great times. This is horse racing.
The big-time gelding has come full circle with jockey Jackie Martin, who started him last October.
He was one of the ones that I started him over the first part of October, I guess it was, when they sent him to me, and I kept him about 2.5 months, got him ready, to where he could go to the racetrack and start galloping in. And I told Daryl and Johnny then, I said, this coach's got a lot of ability if he'll just, one just has to keep improving throughout the year to make it to this time of the year, this late in the year.
Oh, Jackie broke him. And when I went to pick him up in December, he told me, he said, man, this horse is nice, real nice. He said, I think he's good enough to work out here, but I think he's good enough to go to the mountains. And I look at him and I said, well, it's coming from Jackie, legend, so you got to believe him.
But there is still one thing that JLS Mr. Big Time could do better.
He got to leave. That's his biggest part. He got to come out them gates. Oh, you got to be right there with him. With Miss Racy Vike and all the rest of them, he got to be there with him. He has really focused. His mind, he has looked like he took an interest towards them gates instead of just wanting dread going there. He finally realized he got to go, and it looked like he's enjoying going to the gates right now. Hopefully it's like that Monday.
The native of Evangeline Parish hopes that JLS Mr. Big Time can win the All-American for both the family and his home state of Louisiana.
Whew. Well, we've been catching it. Maybe the Saints winning the Super Bowl, Daryl Swallow winning the All-American, So it's called Big Time, maybe. Yep, so maybe it'd be good.
And we'll be back with another All-American portrait right after this.
Buena Suerte Equine, New Mexico's oldest breeding farm, has been home to racing greats Go Man Go, EasyJet, Rocket Wrangler, and First Corona Call by Southern Corona, qualifier in this year's All-American Derby. Owned and operated by Racing Hall of Fame inductee and co-owner of the 2009 Kentucky Derby winner, Mind That Bird, Leonard Block. Call Doc at 575-623-9119 for more information.
It was a very special race. He broke on top and he was way out in front of him and kind of got lost out there, nothing running beside him, and he kind of started relaxing because he'd never been headed, and then all of a sudden this horse come up, and when we needed that extra little spurt, he got it. So I'd highly recommend Cow Density.
Now, we all know not to be afraid of fillies in the All-American Futurity. After all, historically, they win at a 29% clip, which is exactly the same as the Futurity favorites. Now, this year, there's only one filly in the field, but she just might have the right stuff to carry the Distaff banner.
her catalog page, you know, her breeding, it was all there. And then we looked at her, Johnny and I liked her, and Jana, and the rest was history. Up to this point, there ain't a whole lot we don't like about her.
Johnny and Jana Trotter and their partner Burnett Ranches have already enjoyed Grade 1 success together.
You know, we campaigned One Famous Eagle together, and we've got some other horses together, but I took Glenn back there and looked at her, and he liked her, so we decided we'd run her together. Just panned out. Couldn't have a better partner than those guys.
But there was disappointment for the partners and the trainer when Miss Racy Jess won her Rainbow Trial by 2.5 lengths, but failed to qualify.
I wanted to throw up, to be honest. I wanted to puke. You know, she wins just going away, and Ricky done a good job. It wasn't nothing Ricky did or didn't do that didn't get us qualified. It just, you know, we called a bad part of the day. She went easy and didn't get qualified. You know, what do you say? Just didn't get it done. And you know, you need to go thinking, well, maybe she's not as fast as we want her to be, or we thought she was. But stuck her in the trials and got an All-American, and just a good feeling to be in the finals.
In the All-American trials, she had the 5th fastest time despite facing the strongest headwind of any qualifier.
We need to load early and let her stand there a minute and relax, kind of get her thoughts together, so to speak. She's not a great gate horse, but anyway, she stood in the gate, did good, left there running, went right down the rail, run a perfect race, and I think that was pretty early in the day, like the 3rd or 4th trial, and we had to sweat them out all day long. Then when that horse from Louisiana, you know, run that fast time, I thought, oh, here we go, you know, we're going to get knocked out, and but thank goodness, thank God, that she held and stayed in there.
And now the Miss Racy Jess camp can focus on winning the sport's most coveted prize.
We've been an All-American before, really didn't deserve to be. We got a horse that deserves to be there and deserves to win it.
The rest of them are Futurities. This is the Futurity. This is what the quarter horse industry is all about, this race. So I'd be lying to say if I didn't want to win this more than anything in the world.
Champions breeding champions. JEH Stallion Station with locations in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. America's premier quarter horse and thoroughbred breeding facilities. Reserved today for the 2011 season. www.jehstallionstation.com.
You want excitement? New Mexico racing is the place to be. Ruidoso Downs, the Downs at Albuquerque, Zia Park, Sunray Park, Sunland Park. Fast horses, big purses, hot slots. New Mexico racing, we've got it all.